In the last 24 hours alone, a series of rapes and gang rapes in particular have been reported from across Uttar Pradesh once again. And that comes on a day when Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav was here in the capital actually trying to woo investors to come to his state. Investment in UP, in fact, has taken a big hit for several reasons since Akhilesh Yadav's tenure began. And once again, when he was asked on the law and order situation in Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh refused to answer.
As UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav was striking business deals in Delhi, back home his state was making headlines for all the wrong reasons again. 4 gang rapes were reported within minutes of each other. In Moradabad, a 16-year-old girl was allegedly raped by 2 men and hanged to death. In Sitapur, a second-year BA student abducted, gang raped and dumped by the roadside. In eastern Uttar Pradesh's Kushinagar district, another teenager gang raped and abandoned by a canal. In Bareilly, a woman gang raped by her own relatives and dumped on the railway tracks. And it was not just crime against women. 150 kilometers from Delhi in Muzaffarnagar, 2 killings, a man shot dead and his killer beaten to death by a mob in Phogana. The lawlessness in UP embarrassing the Chief Minister, who was desperately trying to keep up appearances and hard-selling the state as a safe investment destination.
इनका कद बड़ा है, जिन्होंने ये सवाल किया पुलिस स्टेशन का, जो पीछे से कद बड़ा है, लेकिन जानकारी नहीं है। कद बड़े होने से जानकारी नहीं मिलती है। मैं उनसे चाहूंगा कि पूरी जानकारी ले लें, उसके बाद मुझसे सवाल करें।
The government, however, claims that despite the bad press, UP is hot property and the summit was a success, with companies signing MOUs worth nearly 60,000 crore.
आज 60,000 करोड़ के लगभग MOU साइन करने का काम शुरू हुआ। ये लगातार उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार इन इन्वेस्टर्स को फॉलो करेगी।
But the opposition is not buying the investment or the improving law and order story.
मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर अब जंगल राज और गुंडा राज छोटे शब्द हो गए हैं। यह सरकार संवैधानिक अपनी जिम्मेदारियों को पूरा करने में असफल है।
प्रशासनिक दबाव भी बना रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद ये घटनाएं बढ़ रही थी। इसका मतलब कहीं न कहीं प्रशासनिक व्यवस्था में कोई बहुत कमजोरी है।
By transferring more than 150 IAS and IPS officers, Akhilesh Yadav may have tried to assert himself as Chief Minister, who's serious about reducing crime in the state. But even after some tough decisions, these incidents show that restoring law and order will have to be more than just making grand announcements of change. With Bureau Inputs, Anand Zanane for NDTV.
Well, is there a complete breakdown of law and order in Uttar Pradesh? Joining us first on that, Vivek Vikram Singh, the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party from Lucknow tonight. Mr. Singh, it is rather alarming to see that apart from Badaयूं now, you have a series of crimes against women and other violence being reported from UP. Look at the last 24 hours alone. I'm sure you would understand where people raise questions about the law and order situation in UP and what's going on.
To begin with, I would like to say that we are absolutely appalled by the horrendous sequence and series of crimes against women being committed in Uttar Pradesh. Having said this, I would like to bring about to a data which was released by NCRB dated 2013, which said there were 24,923 rape cases which were committed across the length and breadth of this country. Out of that, 24,470 cases were committed by either the relatives or the neighbors. Now the big question is, in other words, 98% of such cases were committed by people who were known to the victim. Now this is no mean figure, this is an alarming figure. Now having said this, I'm trying to drive home a point that there are certain things which we cannot preempt, right? We cannot look into the minds of what the people are doing. If 98% of the people are known to the victim, that means they are lurking around the corners. Their cousins, their uncles, their people who have access to our household. Now they are the people who are committing these crimes. This is absolutely appalling. I would like to say only one thing, Nidhi, that if we can talk, open this debate and talk about larger social issues, what is happening, why these grisly
No,
dastardly
but Mr. Singh,
acts
you're right.
are being committed
You're
not only in Uttar
absolutely
Pradesh.
right. You
Mind
have
you,
you have a point.
Yes.
You have a very valid point, but at the same time, you cannot abdicate your responsibility from law and order as well in UP. And look what's happening in UP. You know, girls are being raped, they're being gang raped, and then women are being hung from trees. This is something very unique to Uttar Pradesh, and that is really an astounding statement
Nidhi,
of the law and order situation there.
Nidhi, we are absolutely doing. 2 days back, Honorable Chief Minister held a very high series of power meeting with all the bureaucrats and the top police officials. Things, checks and balances are being put in place. Wherever we admit to certain lapses on this national television, I can assure you and the viewers of NDTV that we are doing everything possible to contain this and curtail this forever. We are trying to put this to rest, and I can assure you we will do it.
Okay, Sharad Pradhan, let me just ask you first on whatever steps that Akhilesh Yadav seems to have taken over the last few days. Do you believe that those are important steps in the sense in transferring the bureaucracy, moving officials around? Is that going to help? Do you really think that he's dealing with this law and order problem the right way?
You know, some bit of it is a knee-jerk reaction, and the rest is more of a cosmetic nature. Because why? I would like to explain it to you. You know, the trouble with this whole Akhilesh Yadav regime is that they remain in denial mode. Anything goes wrong with the state, they don't want to accept it. And such is the case with these spate of rapes also. Even today, you know, this evening, I was attending a regular briefing by the Home Department, thinking that there would be something important coming out on account of these rapes, you know, half a dozen rapes and 5 rapes in the last 36 hours. And plus the Badaun incident. You know, the IG police there who was present, who was there to brief the media, had no clue about the rapes. He says that I will have to calculate, as if there were thousands of rapes during this period. He refuses to give out the figures. And to add insult to injury, he says that 2 of these, of Hamirpur and the one in Behraich, they were not rapes. Now they are denying it. Even in the case where a police man was arrested by the local administration, and 3 cops have been at large for having gang raped of a woman inside the police station, today they are denying it. Because I'm sure some call must have come from somewhere to protect that guy, and so they have now gone in the reverse gear. So the trouble with the government is, and the police is, that they want to deny everything. You remember 2 days back, a top police official said that even the rape in Badaun, it was not a rape. It was a case of honor killing, as if to say that honor killing is something better than rapes. So
that's a very important point you make.
Anything they don't want to accept the ground reality, and such is the case with Akhilesh Yadav also.
Vrinda, would you say that that's a fair assessment then of the law and order situation in UP, and a refusal to accept the seriousness of it? And that's very clear from the political comments certainly that you hear, particularly from the SP leadership, which in the past has made some of the most atrocious comments, about violence against women, and in a sense justifying that boys will be boys.
That's right.
I completely agree with what Mr. Pradhan has said. I want to build on that. I think, may I just continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Apart from agreeing with what Mr. Pradhan has just said, I want to go back to what the spokesperson of SP said, who seems to have suddenly discovered from the NCRB data that they must have just kind of woken up that it exists yesterday morning, to tell us that the largest number of sexual assaults take place by persons known to the victim. This is old news. Anybody who's engaged with the issue seriously, and I would assume a political party and the state administration, ought to have known this fact. What is he now signaling to all of us? He's telling us, we can't do anything. These are bad guys in your home. These are bad guys in your mohallas. These are bad guys known to you. So they are doing this. That if you cannot provide security to the women of your state, I suggest you abdicate that position. This is not a law and order problem. We are talking of human security, human liberty and freedom of women in your state. What has happened here is that there is not only denial, there is a refusal to actually act. There is a refusal to secure accountability. And that, to my mind, is happening for 2 reasons. One, that the Yadav clan and kinship network that is running through the police and administration, which is now wreaking havoc across the board, including sexual violence, other forms of murder, rampant corruption. This is the manner in which the feudal system of administration is run. Today the media and others are protesting and are not taking this line down, and they don't know what to do with it. So therefore, as Mr. Pradhan very rightly tells us, they are denying that this has happened because a call has made that so-and-so is related to so-and-so has done a favor at that point of time. Secondly, women do not count in the ideology of Samajwadi Party. From Mulayam Singh Yadav to Akhilesh Yadav, this has repeatedly been put forward to us. They do not think that women have rights. They do not think that women have any say in how the political system is to be run. How can we make this disjunct today between inviting private investment in a state and not even being able to provide human security? What is the role of that chief minister, I want to ask?
Okay.
Yes, there are people who are close to the victim who are sexually assaulting her.
But are they throwing up their hands?
Law will become a deterrent. Until and unless impunity. They are not only throwing up their hand, they are saying we have no responsibility towards you. You take care of yourself, you fend for yourself.
Okay, I'm going to get Mr. Singh to respond to that. I'll get Sudhindra Bhadoria of the BSP to weigh in on this first. Mr. Bhadoria, we've been talking about the law and order situation in UP for several weeks now. There's something very alarming about what we're seeing over the last few days, particularly on the issue of crimes against women. Where is Akhilesh going wrong, you think?
You see, if you remember around 2 years back when Akhilesh Yadav took oath, and it is at that time itself we saw that the entire dais on which the governor of UP and the Samajwadi goons were there, they rampaged the whole area during the oath ceremony after the governor had left. And subsequently you have seen in Uttar Pradesh how the gun-trotting Samajwadi Party workers and the rest of their brigade is behaving in UP. Let me also bring into this debate three very important statements made by Mulayam Singh Yadav during the course of the election campaign, when he gave a free signal to people who are indulging in the brutalization and the worst and the most heinous form of crime like rape in Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav said that boys will be boys. This is not a serious crime. Why should there be a hanging for rape in the law? When I come to power, I will change the law. Then subsequently, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Akhilesh Yadav, while addressing the media, when somebody asked him that what has happened in Badaयूं, and also asking him that the women are being raped in villages, now he said that you are safe, the elite is safe. Why are you worried about the women who live in the mohallas, in the villages or in the countryside?
You make a good point about the response. You make a good point on the response.
Similarly, the DGP has said one more small point. The DGP has said that the rape is a routine thing. Why do you have to take it seriously? Now, when you give this signal, the Samajwadi Party government is there. The rape is being committed in police stations. Not only did they commit in Badaयूं, you have the rape case being committed in Meerut, and across Uttar Pradesh you see the policemen, the Samajwadi lumpens, the entire UP is being lumpenized by the Samajwadi cadre, and therefore there is complete breakdown of the constitutional machinery, and there is a need to...
Okay, let me get Mr. Singh on that. Mr. Singh, two things. One, what Vrinda Grover said, that you cannot abdicate your responsibility and throw up your hands and say, well, if the perpetrator is known to you, there is nothing that the government can do about it. And two, what Mr. Bhadoria rightly said is about the response. Even when a crime happens, you certainly expect a certain response and a leadership from those who are elected to lead, and that has been completely missing. In fact, the statements have been rather shocking to say the least. Mr. Singh.
I'll first of all respond to Vrinda ji. We are not getting into a stats war over here, and NCRB data is for everyone to see, and I just quoted from there, and it is there for you also to see, right? And I'm not saying that we are below the state of Madhya Pradesh, or we are below the state of Andhra Pradesh. A rape is a rape wherever it happens. It's the most heinous form of crime. We are here, we are not giving any political patronage. We are not supporting this in any ways possible. Now, I'll again respond to Sudhir ji. harsh words being used. There are a lot of incidences which have happened in the last earlier regime, but I'm not again going to get into this because I want to raise a bigger point over here. Why can't we look at this as a social problem, as a menace which has to be
It's also
driven
a law
out,
and order
it has
problem,
to be weaned
Mr.
out.
Singh.
It is not a UP centric problem. Again and again, this is the 7th time I'm making an appearance on a channel and requesting the anchor and along with the panelists that can we talk about the solution. Brinda ji is a very senior lawyer. Can we all come together, work together and
Mr. Singh,
look
does
towards
it help if
having
Mulayam Singh
a plausible
Yadav, but then
solution to this?
if you're looking for solutions, if Mulayam Singh Yadav says that the Shakti Mills gang rape accused boys will be boys, do they really deserve to be hanged for this? So what is the message that
Nidhi,
sends out? What is the
Nidhi,
message that Mulayam Singh Yadav sends out?
Nidhi, I urge you, if this lot of water has gone under the bridge since the last statement was made, but then it stands still. I will tell you, if you hear the entire speech of Netaji, in the end, he said that koi bhi bekasur, no one innocent should be punished because this is a draconian law, as it seems. He was not defending the lawyers. And trust me, if you can play it right now on your national television and you play his entire speech, you will get the entire picture. It is a cut, copy, paste thing that boys are boys. This is totally not done. And I would again urge you to play the entire speech till the very end so that you understand the entire context of the entire speech and the nation understand what
I have a
Netaji
simple
said.
question for you,
so
Mr.
we are not
Singh,
sensitive.
because ever since we've been talking about Uttar Pradesh, all your party colleagues and now you included have kept talking about, I'll get Sharath in on this, that what about the innocent who get wrongly framed in rape cases? I say that for God's sake, let's talk about those who are actually committing the crimes and what we're doing to get justice.
Absolutely.
Why is the SP so concerned about the allegedly innocent people who might be wrongly accused? I mean, of course that happens, but we're just not dealing with the problem here. We're talking about other things, tangential things. Sharath Pradhan.
Well, that is the whole trouble. As I said, that they remain in denial. They choose to remain in denial mode. This is their whole, the whole game plan is like that. You keep denying, don't accept the reality. When you don't accept the reality, the ground reality, how are you going to solve it? That is the whole trouble with Akhilesh. When you missed out on one statement given by his uncle, Mr. Ram Gopal Yadav, who is not just his uncle, who is also the most important, most significant General Secretary of the party, and above all, the think tank of the party. He is called Professor Saab. And he controls, it is said that he has Akhilesh Yadav's remote control. And when he goes about saying that more often than not, the rape accused, men are accused of rape simply because a relationship goes sour. Or he is referring to, live-in relationship or whatever, or a love affair. Now, if this is the mindset, how can you expect anything logical and anything rational from people like that? And Akhilesh, if he is guided by people like Mr. Ram Gopal Yadav, then God alone save this attitude towards crimes against women.